Hello everyone, welcome to FPL Subs. In today's video we have the below topics: Game Week 26 points and analysis, Game Week 27 team and transfers. The biggest double game week of the season is now officially over. What a game week we had, and it had clearly raised the bar of this game week dream team. In Game Week 26 Dream Team, it is all about the defenders and differentials. We had a 5-3-2 formation with 5 defenders scoring the best points. Other than that, there were also so many defenders who did not make it but had a very good score. 4 players from Team 11 are under 1% ownership, another 4 had ownership under 5%, and the rest 3 players are also under 10%. Richarlison being the highest of only 8.4% ownership, which makes it very clear that there were lots of ups and downs. The first surprise was Crystal Palace, registering 3 players, of which 2 are defenders and 1 goalkeeper. When I used my wildcard on Game Week 25, Crystal Palace defense was so abysmal form, conceding 7 goals in 3 matches prior to that. But they only conceded 1 in last 3 matches, making them the obvious shining stars of Dream Team. City also got 2 attackers in Dream Team. Surprisingly, they are not the usual one. The most irregular player of their team in terms of playtime scored the most FPL points for them. Everton, despite of not having their full squad, somehow managed to win both matches without any further casualties, which I suspected, and that's why I got 2 players from them, but not the Dream Team stars. Special credit goes to Chelsea, who got the most difficult double game weeks among all the teams, but come out on top at the end of the game week. As a result, 2 of their players made it to the Dream Team. Mount is certainly one of the most discussed players ahead of Game Week 27. Many managers are thinking him as a replacement for Barnes or Grealish, or even for Bruno or Salah. But I personally am not that interested in him due to the lack of attacking form of Chelsea as a whole team. Then comes the most surprising entry of the Dream Team. A long-time fantasy came true as Gareth Bale finally made an appearance in Dream Team and caught an eye of many FPL managers. Finally, there is a defender from the relegation team who also won one double game week match and almost drew the other match. West Brom is definitely not the team anyone will be looking to get players from. I do not have any of my player featured in the Dream Team, and first time it happens that no player from the Dream Team is under my watch list or consideration at all. But there is a big contrast this time in terms of points distribution. As I already told about how differential Game Week 26 was, my team being only 39% team place had taken the full advantage of it by decreasing the rank almost 50%, which is now around 200k. I was well over the average score of 75 and safety score of 83. I am now 104 points behind top 10k, which certainly should be my target for the season. Also only 31 points behind top 100k, which looks more gettable now. All this information can be seen in the live FPL site, link given in the description. This is a very useful tool to use. As you can see in the screen, I used my bench boost chip in double game week 26, which I discussed in my Game Week 26 transfer video. You can have a look on that video, link given in the description. Also, you can subscribe the channel to support me. Without further ado, let's speak out the team along with their game week points for the listeners. Lloris in goal with 16 points. In defense, Shaw 12, Diaz 12 and Digne 14. In midfield, Gundogan 6, Son 14, Bruno 6 and Salah 5 points. My 3 forward, Maza 4, Watkins with 7 points and DCL as captain gave me 8 points. In my bench I have Sanchez 2, El Mohammadi 7, Rafinha 2 and Ben White with 2 points. So my bench gave me 13 points, which is not up to expectation as my other goalkeeper choices of Johnstone or Areola would easily made it to 20 points plus, which would be really nice. But I am not fully content, and the reason is my total game week point was 117. Second time in the season I have crossed the century mark. Also I had came very close in game week 22 with 97 points. Both my century score had come in double game weeks only. So I am not in the camp of double game weeks are overrated. I am very much fond of it. I am looking forward to more double game weeks in future, for which I have still kept my free hit and triple captain chip unused. Double game week 19 score of 119 had massively helped me to climb up the rank, and again double game week 26 had gave me a massive rank boost. Now there is another double game week. Game week 27 will see two teams having double fixtures. One of them is Southampton, in which not many FPL managers will be interested. But the other one is mighty Manchester City, and certainly a must-have 3 players team. I currently only have 2 players from them and will definitely bring one more. With the announcement of double game week 28 still pending, I finally decided to go with 3 City players this game week, despite them not playing in game week 29. Firstly, because of the injury return midfield Mustadio, who could not have better double game week fixture in future. In double game week 26, I had few concerns with his fitness, but this time he is well capable of playing 2 successive games. That will be fully depend on Pep and will keep the decision open until the deadline of game week 27. And secondly, because of the number of players I already have in my team for blank game week 29. Currently I have 2 Brighton players against Newcastle, 2 Aston Villa players against Spurs, and 1 each from Fulham and Leeds who are playing each other in game week 29. Also I have 2 another teams who are playing each other. From Spurs I got 2 players, but only one of them can play, as I can play only one goalkeeper, which will be occupied by Brighton. I am hoping to get 2 more game week 29 players with the 2 free transfers available, after using one on Man City player this game week. So I could go up to 9 players without taking any hit, or maybe 10 players by taking a -4 hit depending upon the circumstances. As I have already used my second wildcard, so I need to be very cautious with my transfers. Although Bruno to KDB is a no-brainer, but the decision is serious consideration after watching the Liverpool vs Chelsea match and Salah getting served off on the 60 minutes mark. His form is dripping very quickly, and it seems his mind is not in the right place due to the transfer saga. If I get Bruno out now and then I have to get rid of Salah also in future, that will be a waste of transfer. To overcome this situation, I can directly transfer in KDB for Salah without touching Bruno, and use the high ownership of Bruno into my favor. Later I can transfer in Jota to target the Liverpool fixtures, as he is back from injury. Another common headache for every FPL manager is Man City rotation. With fixtures in every 3 days and continuous 2 double game weeks in quick succession, we have already witnessed couple of rotations, and even though how essential KDB is for them, he needs some rest and must be given in one among the next 3 matches. The next 5 matches for City are Man United at home, Southampton at home, and Fulham at away in Premier League. Then Borussia Mönchengladbach at home in UCL, where they have a comfortable away goal lead, and then Everton away in FA Cup, which is an important match for them. Now if we compare the rest time for Sterling and KDB, Sterling had already got rest in West Ham match in double game week 26 and may start in both the matches for double game week 27, including Fulham, giving him rest in the UCL match or bringing him as sub for last few minutes and fresh ready for Everton match. On the other hand, KDB can be given rest in one of the Southampton or Fulham match. At this point, it becomes really painful to bring KDB in for double game week 27 captain and getting benched in one of them, where the Sterling selection comes in scenario and final decision to be made around game week 27 deadline. In my first 11, I have 2 double game week players from City as I mentioned. I will read out the full team for the listeners. In goal, Lloris. In defense, Diaz, El Mohammadi and Dine. In midfield, Salah, Son, Gundogan, Rafinha and Bruno. In attack, Bamford and Mazza. In bench, Sanchez, DCL, White and Shaw. This is my full team without making any transfers. Armbar decision is almost clear. It will be certainly on a City player. Currently it is on Gundogan and Son is his deputy for now. If I decided to bring in one more City asset between KDB and Sterling, then he will be my captain and Gundogan will move to vice captaincy. Or I may still keep it on Son. Now, let us talk about the two upcoming blank game weeks. Yes, you heard it right. There will be two blank game weeks in next 6 matches. For the blank game week 29, I already have almost set my team up and hopefully you all too. Mostly the rescheduled Spurs vs Villa fixture has helped in this case. Both of them had double game week and total of 6 players are easy choice. Then many of us have West Ham and Leeds players in our team, which makes it more easy for us to get at least 8 or 9 players in blank game week 29. And there should be still 3 free transfers until game week 29, which can get most of us to full playing 11 in blank game week 29. For the other blank game week, it will be game week 32, which is the FA Cup semi-final. Currently, there are 7 Premier League teams playing in FA Cup quarter-final, that is game week 29. There would be minimum of 3 teams and maximum of 4 teams progress to semi-final. If we look at the quarter-final fixtures, on the best of current form, 2 Manchester clubs along with Chelsea and Southampton may make it to the semi-final. And if we look at their fixtures in game week 32, City have Villa, United have Burnley, Chelsea have Brighton and Southampton have Crystal Palace. Among those, Villa and Southampton already have one pending fixture to be rescheduled. And there is a chance of double game week in game week 34. For my team, I have quite a number of players from City, United, Villa and Brighton. 2 from each, that equals to 8 players in total and will be a tough job to fill 11 players in blank game week 32. But I will keep that discussion for another day, maybe after the FA Cup quarter-final matches are at least over and we get a more clear picture. Also, we have to keep an eye on the pending fixtures of Spurs and Everton too, when they are going to be rescheduled. As there is no news so far for double game week 28, even if it is announced a double, I have already players from Villa and Everton and will bring another with one free transfer. Hope I have given you full team and transfer details and have thoroughly discussed my thoughts about the upcoming blank game weeks and my transfer plans. If you like the content, please like the video and subscribe the channel. Also, please comment about your thoughts so that I can improve the content more and come with more videos with your inspiration and suggestions. I am planning to discuss more on the possible double and blank game weeks and where to use my chips of triple captain and free hit. Till then, take care and goodbye from me. Please do like, comment, share the video and please subscribe the channel before leaving. More videos are planned and your involvement will be highly appreciated. Goodbye for now to all my fellow subs. Keep enjoying and see you in the next video.